Mr. Ambassador, let's talk about Russia. What is going to happen next?
Well, the Kremlin has to decide how to play the issue. Thus far, they've been fairly cagey about whether the separatists have been responsible, the extent to which Ukraine has been responsible. What the Kremlin doesn't know is how much do Western intelligence agencies know about what happened. For example, if Western intelligence agencies know that actual Russian military personnel, not separatists, but Russian military personnel, were communicating about this, this would change the complexion. Because the Kremlin would probably like to have the option to blame the separatists rather than Russian military personnel. However, there have been reports that Russian anti-aircraft trucks moved into Ukraine and then moved back to Russia. So the Kremlin is still waiting to figure out, to try to make a guess as to what the West knows and doesn't know.
What kind of pressure could the West put on Putin to make him do anything?
Well, the biggest pressure is for Putin to be uncertain about how much the West knows, because if Putin lies and then the West reveals more information, then that puts Putin in a more embarrassing situation. The economic sanctions that have been levied so far are going to be expanded. The differences between Europe and America with regard to expanding sanctions, those differences will now be reduced. Europeans will rally around the Dutch, and even the Dutch, who have been reluctant to impose wider sanctions, they're going to be more aggressive.
All right. Also, we know that France, Great Britain, Germany have all put in personal phone calls to Putin and urged him to act on this. What does that mean to him?
Well, they have been asking Putin to allow unfettered access to the crash site. Well, as you've just seen on your screen, unfettered access is no longer an issue. There are cranes moving parts of the airplane. Most likely the Russians and the separatists want to remove parts of the airplane which would have been most impacted by the warhead shrapnel from the anti-aircraft missile, so as to reduce evidence which may implicate them.
But satellite imagery already supports this.
Satellite imagery isn't fine-grained enough. You need on-the-ground information to be able to tell more. And satellite intelligence is typically more secret. Ground-based information is more usable. So what would be terrible for the Kremlin would be if the United Nations ambassador of the United States, Samantha Power, were to reveal in the Security Council information that directly implicated Russian troops.
All righty. Ambassador William Courtney, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.